the report of the majority.
In the account in which Joshua and Caleb prevailed against all odds, it is shown that some people who were with them started comparing themselves with the situation. It happened after they heard the report of the majority from the 10 spies. They started to compare themselves with images of giants painted in their minds by the words of the fearful 10 spies. They started to see themselves as grasshoppers trying to fight against giants. They fixed their focus on their lack of stamina to defeat the giants. Thus they couldn't see the way to overpower their obstacles. They saw their situation in their perspective. They depended on their sight, smell, hearing, taste and touch. In their eyes, victory was impossible. They forgot their previous encounters in which God fought battles for them, provided for them and delivered them. Thus they resorted to complaining. That's what they opted for as a way to respond to the report of the 10 spies which magnified challenges. The 10 spies had used negative words without realizing that their words crashed down the possibility of existence of courage in the people. The negative words worsened the situation as they bewitched the camp with fear. The 10 spies had spoken more about their circumstances instead of the Lord of hosts. In the natural, the bad news reporters didn't lie. They spoke about the natural reality of the situation because that's all they could see. They spoke from their fear-filled thoughts. They couldn't see the absolute reality working behind the scenes on their behalf. They couldn't see that the Lord of hosts was on their side. They were blind guides of the blind. They just kept focusing on their circumstances instead of the Lord of hosts. They spoke with the intention of helping their fellow Israelites to refrain from mission impossible. They thought that they were just solving the problem, while in actual fact they were busy dragging themselves backwards into the abyss of doom. Since the 10 spies formed the majority, their report was embraced by the people. None of them could see God as their refuge and fortress. None of them listened to the report of Joshua and Caleb, even though it was based on how God saw the situation. This illustrates today's scenario. Like the 10 spies, reporters of bad news emphasize problems and not the solutions. They don't know the ultimate reality. Their audiences only know what they perceive with their senses. As they continue to listen to bad news, they end up wailing and complaining. They end up viewing their situation as unsolvable. They see mountains out of anthills. They believe in the size of their problems instead of in the power of Christ. They hold pity parties where they try to comfort each other as they discuss how big the enemy is. They re-emphasize situations as they analyze them from the various portraits they paint in their minds with the brushes of their negative tongues. They mainly focus on their situations. As a result, they will be burdened in their minds with the gravity of their situations. Such an approach to a situation won't lead to a solution. It worsens the situation. Such magnification of a situation is the result of the report of the majority. Most folk prefer to flow with the majority. However, it's crucial to see that the majority is not always right. Sometimes the opinion of the majority is nothing but the comforting warmth of deception. Most people are already deceived. They are blinded to the truth that God already provided a solution for every situation. They focus on failures and anticipate more failures. To avoid such drama, you have to meditate on the gospel of Christ. That's how you elevate your trust in God above unbelief.